Hi. So these videos are almost going to be like get ready with me videos because I'm obviously going to be putting on a little bit more just to differentiate each video from each other. But this really goes along with the other one, and I was wanting to make this video for quite a long time. And I'm going to read from my notes here. And this is something that I've been wanting to say, and I was worried about saying it, especially if the Democrats got in power, because they would end up saying that what I'm about to say isn't true, that I'm lying, that I'm exaggerating, there's no such thing. This is like David Icke or whatever his name is. Icky sounds more appropriate. And his lizard people conspiracies. But this is the truth. This is the truth. And you can look at your own personal life and what is going on around you. Okay, I know that the majority of people who are watching this are not homeless. Because at this point, you have to have a house just to be able to have a cell phone, just to be able to interact at all. But this is the truth. And this will be everyone. This will be you also soon enough. And I'm really terrified for myself because I'm chronically ill. Because, it's going to be a million times worse for me. But this is their plan. When I say those who are truly in power and in charge, those who just put Trump into power. Now, you know what? I'm just going to start off by saying this. Those who are actually in power are the Brothers of the Serpent, the Illuminati, the underground reptiles, whatever you want to call them. Um, the sickos. They're the sickos. And the interesting thing is that they were not going to put Trump back in power because he cut off their wallet. He cut off their purse strings. He was like, "No, I'm not going to fund these underground black government projects. At least give me the stuff that you're producing from this. At least, tell me what in the world, what good is all this?" And when they wouldn't show it to him, he said no and he cut them off. Now, you never say no to the Illuminati. You never say no to the Brothers of the Serpent. And he said no to them. So they kicked him out. And it's very odd and it's very strange that they put him back in. Now either they vrilled him and they sweated the quill and put something, into the eye, and took him over in his brain, or and I don't know them to do this, but they decided to forgive. They haven't forgotten, but they decided to forgive and they let him be in power again. Um as far as I know, they don't forgive. But they decided to, quote, forgive and forget, unquote, and they put him in power again. But, which really shocked the heck out of me, but there you go. So there's that right off the bat. And my memory being what it is, I can't remember what I was going to tie that to. But overall, this is their plan. This is their plan. First off, they don't like all the knowledge that Generation X and you could say the later baby boomers, but mainly Generation X and the millennials have managed to get their hands on and learn. So they want to wipe our memories. The best way to wipe our memories is to kill us because the second you die, they wipe your memory and they reincarnate you. So they wipe your memory of everything that you learned in that life, that language, mathematics, whatever you learned, politics, geography. Doesn't matter that you took college level. Doesn't matter that, maybe your mother even wore like something on her belly and had you start learning the ABCs while you were still in her womb. You know, you end up forgetting this stuff. Even if you did out of body experiences, if you were one of those astral travelers, you end up forgetting this stuff because they wipe it from you completely. So their whole thing is to wipe everybody's memory collectively. Now, after that, the other thing that they're going for is they want all of the the actual humans, all of the human race, they're cutting our age off at 25. This is what they're doing. And just mark my words, watch this video and watch it happen. Watch it happen. By the time, even the people who are young and watching this, by the time you get to your 80s, by, 70s, 80s, This will already be happening if it hasn't happened already. All right? This will already be happening if it hasn't fully, or at least partially, 50% happened already. They are after cutting our ages down to the age of 25 so that no one lives past the age of 25. Quite literally. You hit the age of 25 and it's over with you. You know, you hit the age of 26 and they're 100% going to, doff you, remove you from this mortal coil immediately. So, on top of that, what are they doing? Uh, more than likely across the globe is what I'm seeing. But collectively across America, they want to make everyone homeless across America. Why do they want to make everyone homeless? Because when you're homeless, and they're criminalizing being homeless. So first you become homeless, and then because you're homeless, you become a criminal. Now, what happens to criminals in this country? Your rights are taken away from you. Doesn't matter how hard you fight, how hard you scream and yell. Your rights are taken away from you. Also, your children are taken away from you. And your children are automatically labeled as criminals also because they come from a criminal and because they themselves are homeless. And orphans are automatically homeless and therefore they don't have rights. And the homeless do not have rights in this country. And so if you don't have rights, you can't fight, the immoral laws in this country. So first they want to make you homeless to take away your rights. And then they want to make you a criminal to really just pound in and enshrine that, you don't have rights at all. Also, when you're a criminal, you can't vote. It's illegal for you to vote. And you say, oh, that isn't true. That's only with federal criminals that have violated federal law. Yeah, well, each state decides what is a federal law. And remember, 3 strikes and you're out. If you're found with a parking ticket, jaywalking, loitering on public grounds, that's 3 strikes right there. 3 strikes, now you're considered a felony and you can't be forgiven. And you can't vote again. Realize that. Realize that. They're doing even worse things than that right now because judges are getting kickbacks from prisons and jail systems. Okay? So, first off, gonna make everyone a criminal so that they can take away everyone's voting rights and all of your personable, inalienable rights. Well, guess what? Suddenly they are alienable because you're now a criminal. So after that, what are they going to do? Essentially, they are going to turn this whole country into what my mom called, quote, a police state, unquote. They're literally going to turn this whole country to anti-freedom or unfree. Literally. What's the point of that? You get a free slavery workforce. You don't have to pay them. If you have to pay them, you pay them very little. And guess who you pay? You don't pay the slave, you pay the slave master. You don't pay the slave, you pay the slave master. If you are forced to pay at all. So, what do they get for that? They get a free workforce who will do anything for them. A free workforce who is not educated. They have no they have no access to any info at all. Like they can't even get on the internet and search things because they don't know how to read and write. The internet is based off of basics of you got to know the alphabet, you got to know your math, you got to know how to read and write, bare minimum. You don't even have to know how to spell. It'll correct your spelling. But as long as you know reading and writing, you can access the internet and use it. As long as you can get your hands on a cell phone, bare minimum. So no education equal, no info. No info equals no rights. No rights equals no fighting. And no fighting equals, a quote, peaceful and happy society where you own nothing and yet you are happy. That is the end product. You will own nothing and be happy. Understand. The brothers of the serpent, this is what they are after. You will own nothing and be happy. And I'm giving you the steps that they are taking to get there. And this is what they are doing. I'll give you some ideas of how to fight back in the next video. Bye.